Hi everyone and welcome to mine and Sally's session around applications and enrolment. So my name's Georgia and I'm the External Partnerships and Events Coordinator here at the Sixth Form College, and I'm joined by Sally, our application expert. Sally is our admissions officer, so any emails and any phone calls that you've kind of done, Sally will likely be that person to answer them. Sally is joining me today to talk about everything around applications and enrolment. But before we go into the nitty-gritty hints and tips about enrolment and applications, we are going to play a little game of fact or fake, because I know that when you are in school, you hear a lot of different rumours about college, and some of them are maybe right and some of them are wrong, but today we are going to set the record straight. So we have got some different statements and we are going to say whether they are fact or fake. Please feel free to join in as well if you want to, and so we can see the comments on the Facebook Live. So if you want to join in and tell us whether you think it's fact or fake, you can do. So the first one that we've got is, can you apply and hold offers to more than one college? Do we think that is fact or fake? Sal, do you think it's fact or fake?
I think it's fact.
Absolutely right. So when we have been coming into your schools, we always say that it is always wise to make more than one application to different colleges, or training providers. If you are applying for an apprenticeship, for example, then it is always a good idea to apply for a college as well. So that's the first one. Absolutely, you can hold more than one offer. You don't have to make a decision until GCSE. So the next one, you have to study the course you applied for on your application. Do you think this is fact or fake?
Well, I think that one's fake.
Sal, you are absolutely right. It is absolutely fake. Just because you make an application to study a certain subject, that doesn't mean that you have to apply for it. You have to study it, You will have an enrolment appointment to discuss what your options are, because we know that if you made your application to college in October, for example, you may change your mind. While you've been at school, you may absolutely love physics, but then actually over the summer you decide, no, I don't want to study physics, biology and English literature are the subjects for me. We don't have any queue and wait systems on our subjects either and on our courses. So whatever you decide to study at enrolment, that is a conversation between you and the interviewer to create that course combination. So the next one is, A-levels are a better qualification than a BTEC. Is that fact or is that fake?
That's definitely fake.
Absolutely. So we have this all of the time. So many students say that A-levels are a better qualification, and that isn't the case. They are both a level 3 qualification. For the majority of career progression, as Ed said, you can even go into medicine studying a BTEC in science. So it is about you as an individual. Are you good in an exam environment? If you are good at exams, then you should study A-levels. If it is that you prefer coursework elements and you're more of a practical learner, then you should definitely consider doing a BTEC. Okay, the next one is, you can combine A-levels and BTECs at the Sixth Form College.
Fact.
Absolutely. So at the Sixth Form, you can combine A-levels and BTECs, and these subjects can be studied in any combination. Some colleges you can do a BTEC alongside an A-level, for example, but with us you can study them in any combination. So it is worth researching and having a look about what your course combinations can be. So the next one is, at the Sixth Form College you have to wear a uniform. Is that fact or fake? It is fake indeed. You absolutely don't have to wear a uniform at the Sixth Form. Although we are a Sixth Form college, we aren't attached to a school. So we are just like the other colleges in the area. We just specialise in education for 16 to 19-year-olds. So that is the biggest difference. So you don't have to wear a uniform. You can wear whatever you want. Okay, the next one is, the sixth form is more like school than college. Is that fact?
Definitely fake.
It's fake again, another fake one. Absolutely. When you're in college, you are treated as an independent young person, a young adult even. You have the opportunity to manage your own time. It's likely that you may still be in college 5 days a week, but your timetable will vary. It is much more like college. You're on first name terms with the lecturers, for example, as well. It's a lot more laid back, but we do support you if you need it to help with that transition. Okay, so the next one is, you have to get all 9s in your GCSEs to study A-levels. Absolutely. So if you were in Ed's session just with our MDB students, he brought up a slide which talks about what universities require, what GCSE results to get into medicine, veterinary, and dentistry. You absolutely don't have to get 9s in your GCSEs. However, if you do get 9s, that is absolutely amazing. But whatever you get in your GCSE results, you can still come to your enrolment appointment, and there will definitely be a course combination for you. You can't study part-time at the sixth form college. Sal, do you think that's fact?
That is a fact.
Absolutely. So with us being in sixth form, we only have full-time students at the college. We do have some university students, and at the college we offer a foundation degree year for students, but all of our students are full-time. We don't offer any part-time courses here. Okay, the next one. There will be people over the age of 20 in my classes. Absolutely, again, so we specialise in education for 16 to 19-year-olds, like I said. So all our level 3 foundation subjects and our level 3 courses is for 16 to 19-year-olds only. So in some colleges you may get older learners, it isn't the case with us. So everyone will be pretty much the same age when you are in college. Okay, the next one. You will be in college from 8:45 till 4 p.m. every day. Do you think that's fact or fake? Absolutely. So even though it's likely that you may be in college 5 days a week, your timetable will vary. So for example, all of our students don't start till 7:30 on Tuesday. They finish at 2:30 on a Wednesday. You may have a 2-hour break within your college day. And if that is the case, then you have time to independent study. There's lots of clubs and activities, enrichment activities that you can get involved in, like you'll see earlier with Dave and Jane. So even though it is a longer day than what your school day would be, there are lots and lots of opportunities for you to get involved in extracurricular activities. We have just got a question, so before we carry on with fact and faith, so Jordan says, how do I get an enrolment appointment?
Jordan, if you've already applied to us and you have your first application, you automatically send an enrolment appointment. That should be arriving in your letterbox. Actually, this is actually going to be mailed out to you. It should be arriving towards the end of July. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on your email as well, because we'll be sending you communications by email as well.
Okay. The next factor, I think I have already given the answer to this, so everyone will be treated as they hear the answer already carefully. You can call teachers by their first name at college.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then the last one is, you don't get homework at college.
I'm afraid to say that is
Absolutely. So you do receive homework at college. The majority of your lessons, so you will study 4.5 hours per subject, but college is about how much you're willing to put into your subjects as well. So if you want to get really good grades, if you want to get the best apprenticeship or best university placement, then it is important that you do put the effort in, and our staff are here to support you. So no matter how much you it is important that you do the best you possibly can, put all the effort in, and our staff will do exactly the same to make sure you get to where you want to be. Okay, so that is factual fake over for now. So in this session, we have also got some special guests with us today. So our first special guest is Carol. So Carol, come and take a seat. With social distancing in place, we have got Carol and I sitting back here. Do let us know if you can't quite hear Carol, because my voice is obviously very, very loud. We have got a question just before we start with Carol, sorry. We are allowed to leave the college campus during these breaks. Yes, you absolutely are. So it isn't like school that you are bound to being in the college building. It is important to know that you can, if you have got a break. A lot of our students tend to have their driving lessons on their breaks, for example, and so you can get the best break. Yes, you can go to Subway, and yes, you can leave the college building. You won't get shouted at for doing that either. As long as you come back for your next lesson, that's important, you know. Okay, so Carol, thank you for joining us today. So if you just want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your role at college.
I'm Carol Clinton, and I deal with the bursary, which is helping support financial support for students. And it's based on household income. You can have an application form, and the application forms are online. I know you won't be able to see that very well, but the application forms are online. They're on the college website, and that's all about financial support for students here at the college. And with my other hat on, I also deal with the student finance issues at the college. So selling bus passes, sorting out students to get here by train, things like that. And I also take money for educational visits as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about the application process for you?
So this is the application form. As I say, it's also online as well. But you fill in the application form. If you need a bus pass, you have to send us in a passport size photo for your bus pass. But it's a case of filling the application form in, and then you send it in. You can either bring it in, send it in by post, whichever, and then we process the application form and you get a letter when it's done.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Carol. What 3 top tips would you give for students starting at college in relation to bursary and travel? What top tips would you give them?
I would say fill your application form in ASAP, as soon as you can, and then the sooner we get that in, the sooner we can process it. And I would say if you are nervous, or if you've not had to get the bus before, I would say get the bus in, even get the bus in with your parents if you want, if you're worried about it, and do a dummy run into college. Things like that really, that will help you find your way into college. You'll be able to get used to getting the bus or get the train, things like that.
Okay. We've now got a question for you, Karen, from Facebook Live. So do you have to buy bus passes in advance?
You don't have to, but you can buy them in advance if you want. So I'm in most of the summer. So if you want to buy one before you start college, you can do, yes. But you still have to remember to bring that passport size photo.
If students or parents wanted further information about bursary and travel, where do they find that information?
So it's all on the college website. If you go on there, under the student support thing, the financial support is there, and how to get into college is under the comments bit at the end.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol. So what is your favourite part about working at the college?
I would say working with students. I love working with students, and yeah, it's great fun actually.
And then finally, tell us one fun fact about yourself.
Well, the fun fact that I don't think people would know about me is that I go on motorbike holidays in the summer. So that was my top secret fact.
Well, thank you very much for that, Carol. Thank you for joining us for your very special interview. You're free to Ready, thank you very much. I think we are just getting a couple of questions through. For some subjects like graphic design, do you have to bring your own laptop or are you given one? So students don't have to use their own equipment. So if you have got equipment that you want to bring in, you can do. But we use, we've got college laptops, we've got the cameras, and we have the best kind of equipment that you can use in our creative arts subject. At the end of the day, at 4 till 5:30, we have got a parent panel where we have got a member of curriculum staff that is here to answer lots of different questions as well. And if we don't answer any of your questions today, then you can email us either via admissions or you can message us on Feeder as well. So just before we introduce kind of our next special guest, for the next 5 minutes or so, Sally's going to talk you through the application process, hints and tips, and key information about enrolment.
Hi everyone, I can see on the Facebook Live there's been a few questions about the application process. So I'm just going to go through a few key points first, and then if I've missed anything, I'm sure my colleagues will point out the question that I need to answer. So first things first, I would say it's definitely not too late to apply for courses starting in September. So if you still haven't applied and you're thinking about it, I would crack on and do that straight away. We don't operate on a first come first served basis. So if you've applied now and you're seen in July, so I've spoken, we're actually doing it on the telephone, you get your first course discussion in July, it makes no difference. You have exactly the same opportunities as someone that would have applied, say, last November or December. Please don't worry about that, just get in the application. As Georgia said earlier, we accept applications from anyone who is aged between 16 and 18 at the beginning of the academic year. So if you're 16, 17 or 18 in September of this year, you are eligible to apply and we can accept your application. The application form is online, so if you go to our website, www.stokesfc.ac.uk, then the application form is on there. It's on the top right hand corner of the home page. It just says apply now. Click on there and it will take you through to the application pages. There is a guide, a YouTube clip on there that shows you how to do it. So if you are struggling a little bit, have a quick look at that as well. My number one tip there, before you actually start completing the form, is to think carefully about what courses you want to do. And if you're not entirely sure, and if you want a bit more information, have a look at our course guide pages. There's loads and loads of information on there about the course, about how it's assessed, about what the key parts of the course are, what the subject matter is going to be. And also on every single course guide page, you've actually got a link to some tasks and resources that will help you make up your mind what you want to do. So this has been put on by our staff recently. Obviously, during this COVID-19 period, it's difficult for you to access information face-to-face. Our open evening was cancelled, so we're trying to give you an opportunity to find out more about the courses. So on that page, there's going to be tasks that you can do that's going to help you hit the ground running in September. That will be really useful for you to complete. We don't expect everybody to complete it. It's not going to be marked or anything, but it will really be helpful for you when you get into that first week in September. It'll give you a little bit more confidence if you actually have done that work. And for those of you that are still deciding, doing a little bit of those tasks, having a look at those resources will really help you make up your mind whether or not that's the right subject for you. That's probably my number one tip. When you get down to actually completing the application, probably the most important bit is your contact details. We need to be able to contact you by email, sometimes by telephone, sometimes we send you things by post. So if we don't have accurate contact details, it means that you may be missing out on really important information. So please just make sure you fill that bit in properly, make sure you put on your email address, maybe a parent or an emergency contact email address, and telephone numbers as well. All of that's really important information for us to be able to get in contact with you and make sure you know what you need to know. As I said earlier, at the moment, our first course discussion interviews are being done on the telephone. Again, make sure you've got a relevant and up-to-date telephone number on your application, because that's the number that we'll call you on. On the date that you've been given, and we do send appointments out by email, so keep an eye on your email. On that day, you'll get a call between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Someone will ring you from the interview team. You can have a conversation that covers, in which you can answer any questions. They will ask you some questions, but it's your opportunity to find out more, to ask plenty of questions, and just to have that conversation that explores what you're thinking about doing. And so hopefully it will help you actually come to a conclusion about what you really want to do. As soon as that first course discussion has happened, in the following days, within 2 or 3 days, you should again receive an email from us. That email is to confirm that you've had that discussion and that you have the offer of a place at college. We offer you a place at college, not for specific courses, because as Georgia pointed out earlier, we don't expect you to make up your mind until we get to enrolment. That's the point at which we actually have to come to a conclusion about what you're definitely going to study. But at this stage, the offer is simply for a place. That should come in email, and I can't stress enough, I know I keep banging on about this, but I can't stress enough, keep an eye on the email, because that's where we send all our information, particularly at the moment, because the postal service isn't so easy during this period. I did see a question from somebody who asked what you need to do if you need to update your contact details. Let's say you put something in your application form, but you change your email or you change your phone number. A number of ways you can do that. You can either email us at the college, and the best email to go for is the admissions email. So that's simply admissions@stokesfc.ac.uk. Alternatively, and I would thoroughly recommend this, at some point in the confirmation emails, you will receive your login details for the student portal that's called CEDA. The easiest way to do it is to just log into CEDA and send us a message through that, and we'll get back to you straight away. So we change the details for you. You just need to let us know what your new details are. I think probably that's most of the points on applications. Georgia, have we got any other questions?
What we'll do is we'll come back to the questions in a second or so, because we have been joined by the lovely Emma. So you've seen that Emma did pop up on the screen, and it was planned, believe me. We had planned to pop up. She's not just hijacking our session at all. So Emma is our second special guest. So Emma is one of our progress coaches, but she's going to talk to you a little bit about what a progress coach role is, and we've got some other questions for as well. So hi Emma, how are you doing?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope it's all going well.
Yeah, no, we hope it's going well. So Emma, can you tell us a little bit about the progress coach team? If you've got any gospels on any of the progress coaches, that's always good to know. And a little bit about what your role at college is.
Okay, so I don't know if I've got any goss really, I'm afraid. Maybe when you guys actually join, you'll find out your own goss about us, I'm not sure. But we're a team of 8, so I'm just one of them. We will be your first point of contact for any issues that you've got at all while you're at college. So it's always good to have a good relationship with your progress coach, make sure you know where they are. We're based in the LRCs, so we're very visible. You can come and find us and chat to us whenever you want. Probably at the moment we're most like your form teacher, so you'll see us once a week for tutorials, and we'll check in with you and always just make sure you've got all the support that you need.
Okay, so the next question for you, Emma, is tell us a little bit about tutorials and what they are and why they're important.
Okay, so we have tutorials once a week that are 45 minutes. They will always start with notices. So there's lots of important bits of information that you as students would need to know. So we disseminate that through tutorials. And then tutorials can be on a whole different range of topics. So sometimes they're on progression. So just this week we've been doing a UCAS registration. So that's registering for applying for universities as well as apprenticeships as well. And then sometimes they're on more topical issues, like for example Black Lives Matter. We did a tutorial on that last week, which was really, really good. And it gives you students a chance to debate different issues and just respect each other's opinions, really. Sometimes we have guest speakers in as well, which is nice and exciting. So as you can see, there's a whole range of things that we'll be doing with you.
What 3 top tips would you give for new students hoping to start with us in September?
Good question. I think first of all, get organised. Obviously, you're gonna have a whole load of new information, new expectations and things. So be organised from the first day. I would say communicate with us, always talk to us if you're struggling or if there's anything going on, because there's so much support that we can offer you. And get involved, just get involved in everything you possibly can. There's so many opportunities. I'm sure you will have already heard about all the enrichment and societies and things. So get involved. It's a great way to meet loads of new people.
And what is the favourite part about your job as a progress coach, and what do you love?
I would say when you see a student that's maybe had a bit of a struggle or something, and then you see them on results day and they open their results and everything's gone well for them, seeing them get to that place where they've succeeded is a really nice feeling. So I would say that's definitely the best part.
And then finally, Emma, and don't feel pressure to say me, even though we're obviously sitting in front of you, who is your favourite member of staff at the Sixth Form College?
I think I'd have to say Georgia from marketing because she throws us a great Christmas party and she's always so bubbly. So, and Sally as well, of course.
I didn't even pay her to say that. Everyone let me put that one out there. Thank you very much for joining us, Emma. It's been an absolute pleasure. And have you got any final words to say to any of the viewers that are watching us today?
I'd just say I really look forward to meeting you all in September and come and say hi.
Well, thank you very much, Emma, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay. Bye.
And then finally, the last couple of minutes, Sally is going to talk to you about enrolment. So if you've already made an application to college, if you've already had your first course discussion, Sally's going to talk to you a little bit about what you can expect from us over the next couple of months.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, in July you'll receive a pack of information which includes your enrolment appointment. If you find you can't make the date that we've sent you, please just get in touch. There will be information in the letter to explain to you how you get in touch with us. Again, it's either through CEDA or through the admissions email. So enrolment's going to take place this year on Thursday the 20th of August, Friday the 21st, or Monday the 24th. Your appointment letter will tell you the date and the time of your appointment. So if you have a problem with the date and time, you're not going to be around, let us know and we can rearrange it for you. One thing you will need to bring along with you are your exam certificates. It's really important you bring that. If you don't bring your results, sorry, not certificates, beg your pardon, forget that bit, your exam results, you're not going to get certificates for a little while longer. So typically you go to school on the 20th in the morning and you pick up your results. So it's that sheet of paper that you get from your school that you need to bring with you. We can't enrol you unless you bring those results with you. So it's really important that you bring them. This year, enrolment's going to look a little bit different from usual, I expect. We're probably going to be still socially distancing at that point. So the safety of students and staff is the most important thing. So we're going to put in place systems that enable people to maintain that social distance. This might mean that it takes a bit longer than usual. Normally, I would say we're probably through.
So when this is up, it'll start.
Hi everyone, and welcome to mine and Sally's session around applications and enrolment. So my name's Georgia and I'm the External Partnerships and Events Coordinator here at the Sixth Form College. And I'm joined by Sally, our application expert. Sally is our admissions officer, so any emails, any phone calls that you've kind of done, Sally will likely be that person to answer them. So Sally is joining me today to talk about everything everything around applications and enrolment. But before we go into the nitty-gritty hints and tips about enrolment and applications, we are going to play a little game of fact or fake, because I know that when you are in school, you hear a lot of different rumours about college, and some of them are maybe right and some of them are wrong, but today we are going to set the record straight. So we have got some different statements and we are going to say whether they are fact or fake. Please feel free to join in as well if you want to, so we can see the comments on the Facebook Live. So if you want to join in and tell us whether you think it's fact or fake, you can do. So the first one that we've got is, can you apply and hold offers to more than one college? Do we think that is fact or fake? Sal, do you think it's fact or fake?
I think that's fact.
Absolutely right. So when we have been coming into your schools, we always say that it is always wise to make more than one application to different colleges, or training providers. If you are applying for an apprenticeship, for example,